at the end of the day, I hate traffic. I hate wasting time, and when I find a problem that is worth solving, I will try to figure out if I can solve that. Right? And at the beginning of Waze, we realized that really what we need to have in order to address that is to have other people in front of us on the road being stuck in traffic, and so we can know what's going on ahead of us. So we created a social network of drivers that we, the drivers, help each other to avoid traffic jams. And that's the magic behind Waze, and this is what we envisioned at the beginning, and it turns out to be pretty true. Today in Manila, you cannot drive without this. In the camera, do you see my shirt? Okay, so that will be the first one, right? So fall in love with the problem and not the solution. And this is critical because if you focus your efforts in understanding the problem, the perception of the problem of the users, then you're much more likely to actually create value. So that will be the first one. The second one will be around make your mistakes fast, right? Because what happened is in a lot of cases, you are not happy with the solution and you keep on iterating that internally, whereas you are not learning unless you are out there and have real users. So essentially, the biggest enemy of good enough is perfect. You don't need to be perfect. You need to be good enough in order to capture the market. And the last one is around making hard decisions. As it turns out that most of the startups fail because they were unable to make hard decisions when needed. At the end of the day, if you're trying to do something new, then you're very likely to fail multiple times, right? And so the key question is not about whether or not you're going to fail, it's about how fast you're recovering and getting up again and keep on walking, right? And if you're afraid to fail, then in reality, you already failed. Now, if you look at entrepreneurs, the likelihood of second-time entrepreneur to be successful is 5 times bigger than first time. And it doesn't matter whether or not they were successful on the first time or not, right? And so the experience is so dramatic that it increased the likelihood of being successful the second time by 5-fold. And if you already failed and you already paid the price, then at least use that, right? And use the fact that your learning is so significant that you're much more likely to be successful and try the next one.
I would say that this is one of the best channel for them if they not enter to online yet. Because if you still in the offline world, that means you can sell only to the people around your area. And then in terms of the timing, it's limited to, right? You can sell, you open the shop maybe, 9 a.m. until 6 p.m. That means it's time just limited, right? But if you bring your product to online, that means you can sell 24 hours. And then you can sell to all over the country and including all over the world. That means the market is open, including the price. If you're selling your product to the local people, maybe the price like 100, okay. But if you sell your product to your global market, maybe price might be jump up to 300. That means a lot 100% that you can increase your margin. That means this is a really good way you can reach to the customer, increase your sales. You can reaching to the people that you never reaching before. That I cannot see the reason that why business will not come to online. It's a must to come. Yeah. I would say that it's not 100% of the store will be still there, but I would say that some of them will be gone. Something like I would say like some store like computer store maybe in the future may be gone. Some kind of product or category may be gone because people are going to move themselves to buy online. And some of the shops still there, but they're going to have open more technology in online. We call O2O. O2O is online to offline. They synergize together. People can book online. They can pick up the product in offline, or they can come to the store and the store no inventory. They can use a mobile phone and order the product in the store, and then the product shipping from somewhere else to their home. That means both channels are going to be complementary. But it's not 100% or the industry is going to be like this. It really depends on each kind of categories. That means if you have a store, you need to adjust yourself. You have to bring yourself to online. And you have an online. Some of them, they have very strong in online. Some of them moving to offline too. That means we don't know yet. Okay. Mm-hmm. I think e-commerce in Asia and e-commerce in other part of the world, like Europe and America, is quite different. Because in Asia, we talk about the people purchasing stuff in social media, right? I think in Philippines as well, right? In Asia, in Thailand as well. But when you're asking the people in Western, like in America and Europe, hey, did you buy stuff from Facebook? They said, no, we not use Facebook for buying things, right? We not use Instagram for buying things. But in Asia, most of people, ladies, teenager, they use the Facebook, they use Instagram to purchasing stuff like that. That is really unique way of the Asian people. That's why I'm thinking that for the next future, in terms of the trend, e-commerce, Asia gonna have our own way. Might be different from the Western way. China e-commerce is booming and expanding. Like people, buy in America, people use credit card, but in China, people use a QR code, and now start expanding to many countries using QR code. But in America, no one uses QR code to pay. That means it's going to be like a many way of the e-commerce moving into next 2020, and the new technology will coming to helping the people purchasing things easier. Something like now you can use your voice, order the product. And order, we talk about AI, and we talk about now you're looking for your product. Maybe I'm sleep late last night. I need some vitamin. I need to looking for which vitamin is good for me. But in the future, I think it's not future. I think in a few years, I wear like a smartwatch, and they know how long time I'm sleep last night, and they know my health condition. And then hey, in the morning, you need this vitamin. You want to order now? I just said yes. And a few hours, vitamin come to my house and eat and sleep. That means in the future, we are no longer looking for a product anymore, but the product will searching for you with the big data around you. This thing gonna happen for sure. This is gonna be happen for the next generation of e-commerce. AI, big data, and e-commerce gonna combine together.
With us, Mr. Mike Du. He is the account manager of FiberHome. Welcome to our show.
Thank you.
Thank you also for joining us. Of course, I'd like to know what brings FiberHome to ACC.
So thanks for having me here. So firstly, FiberHome is the biggest partner of PLDT. That's why we are supporting this time, and that's the first reason we're here. Mm-hmm. And secondly, the ACC is also a big event for the telecommunication.
Yes.
Right. And we also want to show to show our solution or products to our clients, our end users as well. So that's basically
it's your first time attending ACC?
Yeah, correct.
Oh, so what are you? Are there certain talks that you're keen on attending?
I viewed some topics are quite interesting, like the financial technology and also the blockchain. So these are quite interesting topics.
Yes,
later on, I will
attendance
just
is a must. You will be there definitely, right?
Sure,
and of course, we just launched the show, the Hot Joe Show. We launched it in the Philippine Digital Conference last June, and you were one of our guests. So since then, can you tell us any changes? Do you have any new updates or technology that you would like to tell our viewers?
Okay. Actually, that's my boss who attended the Hot Joe Show in the Digicom. Yeah, but I was there also. So during the past 3 months, our company are still keep innovation and also the research in the ICT field, because we are an ICT expert of the telecommunication industry. So during the past 3 months, we have several breakthroughs. Like
what are these breakthroughs?
Like it's more on the technology side. Like we already released the 1.2 terabyte transformation platform, and also we release our 5G oriented Faithhole solution also. And the last one is the FiberHome merged with Tatang Telecom company.
And
that's also the biggest points I want to share, and because FiberHome before focused on the fixed solution, and now we have enhanced in wireless solution as well.
Wow, in the span of 3 months.
3 months, yes.
Amazing. Now let's talk about the long-term partnership that we have with PLDT. Can you tell us more about this as you continuously have a digital transformation journey together?
Oh, that's a long story.
Because it's a long-term partnership. Tell us more about this.
Yeah, it started at 2011, and we start at a very small scale, and in 2012 we got the first FTTH full turnkey project for PLDT, and as time goes by, we are build more FTTH ports for PLDT. So for the 2017, we launched the biggest fiber rollout project. The name is FiberGen, and also the fiberization for the other technology. So as of today, we already deliver around 800,000 ports for PLDT, which provide millions of FTTH coverage. And with FiberHome created around thousands of jobs offers for the local.
That's nice.
Yeah, for the locals, and basically that's it.
And also, of course, with this partnership, what will be the roadmap with PLDT?
Firstly, we still focus on what we are having now, because the project right now is quite big. So we need to fully support this massive rollout of PLDT. So that's the first one. And the second one is we need to still improve and do more better than before for the current the solution, and also the effort we provided. So that's the second.
And in FiberHome, can you share to us the roadmap
of technology?
Yes.
Yeah.
Do you have any products to be released in the next few months?
Yeah, there is. The hottest topics for now is the 5G, right? 5G. So that's not the only the only one we will provide to PLDT, and also as our tech update, and also some other solutions like the SD-WAN for the enterprise, and also for consumer side, like those smart city solutions. So these are the solutions and the product in our roadmap.
And these are the things that we all look forward to with FiberHome. Thank you so much for joining us. Mike Du, please enjoy the rest of your stay with ACC.
Okay.
Thank you. We have now with us Mr. Fabrizio Civitarese. He's the president of the Global Cloud Exchange Asia Pacific region. Welcome to the Hot Joe Show, sir.
Thank you very much, Blinky. Pleasure to be here.
Pleasure to have you as well. How's it going? And this isn't your first time in ACC.
No, absolutely not. I've been coming to this conference for several years.
And having said that, what do you look forward to each and every year?
Well, it's a great place where to meet customers, partners, and new industry colleagues. It's a beautiful setting. I mean, Cebu is one of the most beautiful places, and it's usually 3 or 4 days packed with meetings and opportunities to share new ideas and even close some business with our partners.
That's nice. And of course, you're also looking forward to that. How about in Cebu? What are the places that you like the most?
Well, I would say, I mean, the Shangri-La here in Cebu is pretty good.
It's the ultimate ACC event.
I would say that exactly. You shouldn't change the venue.
Yes.
It's perfect.
Perfect, right? I mean, you can relax as well after all the long day of, exchange of information. And speaking of information, before we get into the nitty-gritty details, let's focus first on the Global Cloud Exchange. Tell us more about this.
Yeah, but Global Cloud Exchange is a network global provider. So we have, over the last 20 years, we've built a network of submarine cables that actually I can proudly say is the largest private network in the world. We have 5 of our own cables from Europe to Asia to the US, in Middle East and in India, of course, where our parent company is based, and in Asia Pacific. And on top of that, we have built a full suite of services to cater to our customers. Our customers are mainly carriers, so other telecom companies. the OTT, the over-the-top players, so the Google, the Facebook-like, that have been very successfully changing in a way the shape of this industry in the past 10 years. And of course, enterprise. We have a big focus on our enterprise customers, mainly multinational enterprise. They need a managed network services solution, and we use our network and our full suite of products to cater to all their needs, whether they're based in Europe or in Asia or in India, and we can reach to every single location there where they need a service.
And of course, ACC is the one venue when you tackle different trends, right?
Yeah.
Different tech trends, to be very specific. What do you think is the trend in the next 2 years to come?
Well, I mean, the biggest thing that everybody's talking about, of course, is the Internet of Things, right? The IoT. So, I mean, at the end of last year, we had about 5 billion of connected things, right? And
Yes.
or 5 billion also machine-to-machine connection.
Yes.
The forecast is that by 2020, we will have 50 billion connected things. So how to serve all that, and also how much, because it's very difficult to grasp, okay, what is the entity of this Internet of Things? Statistics say that in the next 10 years, this industry, this Internet of Things will be valued at about 50 trillion. So that's about quite a lot of money, right? And so how to really serve as a telco, and what should we do to be part of this digital revolution? So the main platform, I mean, to serve the Internet of Things is constituted by the fiber and the data
Yes,
center
to make it
and the
faster.
software. So what we need is to connect all these machines. We need connectivity. So we need low and direct and low-cost direct access to those machines. We need, of course, a lot of space in data centers to process and compute all this information. And we need an orchestration layer to correlate all this information and make sure that all these machines can talk in the most efficient way among each other.
Now that's a telco's job, right?
Yeah,
to
and
make
that's
it
a
all
telco's
happen.
job.
But how about let's talk about how does it affect the businesses and the consumer side?
Well, in terms of business and consumer side, I mean, consumer, of course, is going to benefit because they will be easier and easier for them to, with one single device, to control their cars, their homes, to control their activity and their business in a very mobile and easy to access way. For the enterprise as well, I mean, this will reflect very well on the way they can run more efficiently business.
Yes, efficient.
And that's what we focus on, right? So as a global cloud exchange, that's why when we look at the Internet of Things, so we said before, we have fiber, data center, and software orchestration. And that's where we are investing in. Fiber, I mean, we already have a huge global fiber network, our own submarine cables complemented by capacity on other cables to allow us to have diversity, and also terrestrial network, particularly in India, of course, where our parent company, Reliance Communication, is based, but also globally on all the major continents. But we are not stopping there. So we are now planning to build a new cable that link India to Europe and India to Asia. It's called Eagle. So Eagle West is a cable that will link Mumbai to Asia, to Europe, going through Middle East. And we will, of course, have a few more landings in the Middle East countries where we already have a strong presence with our existing cable. And then we have a cable called Eagle East going from Mumbai to Asia Pacific, to Singapore and Hong Kong mainly, and then reach to other countries, including Philippines.
So is this already part of the roadmap?
Yeah, this is
right?
already part of our roadmap
What do
for
you
the
think
future.
will be the challenges that we'll be facing? Or what are the challenges perhaps that we've faced in terms of achieving all those visions?
Well, the challenges, of course, is that some of these investments are quite capex intensive. So it's like you build submarine cables, or you build data center. I mean, they require quite a lot of capex. So it's quite important that you build a proper business plan that is, in a way, feasible, right?
Yeah.
That achieve your vision of a digital, being the digital company or digital telco that you hear, but also in a way that you are fiscally prudent. So these, of course, are elements that you need to take into account. But it's one way of overcoming these challenges is also to work with partners.
Yes.
So you work with partners, and then in a way you can also distribute the financial burden and help their partner and get them to help you to achieve what is your vision.
And that's
your
what
roadmap.
ACC is all about, building partnerships, right?
Yeah.
And you have been a long-time partner with PLDT.
Yeah,
Can you tell us more about this relationship you have?
Absolutely. I mean, PLDT has been a long-time partner for GCX in all our previous incarnations.
And what are the enables? Right? What are the different things that you have been working on together?
Yeah, especially in the last few years, we focused a lot with PLDT to work together to cater the enterprise customers. So we have, on one end, we have used PLDT network. So we have two NNI, two interconnection points with them in Singapore and Hong Kong. And then we use the domestic network in the Philippines to deliver our enterprise customers. So we have quite a lot of enterprise customers that need connectivity in Philippines, and PLDT has been helping us achieving good quality, fast delivery, and make our customers happy. On the other hand, we have helped PLDT expansion on the international front. In particular, we signed a deal a couple of years ago. I think we were on the Hot Joe magazine at the time for a virtual
Even
pop.
Even that, we are transitioning from a magazine to digital.
To digital, right? So we set up a POP and a network for PLDT in Australia with connectivity into Australia, and now we are quite happy to see that their business is growing very nicely.
And it's nice to know that you really have indeed an exchange of valuable inputs in terms of helping each other in the digital transformation, right?
Yeah, but that's key. Because at the end of the day, I mean, it's very difficult to do everything on your own.
Yes, definitely.
So you need to rely on partners, whether the partners are carrier partners that help you with your expanding your geographic reach, or our technology partner that help you expanding your services and products.
Yes, and to connect also to our theme this year, which is Eyes on 2020, turning vision into action.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
Well, as we said before, right? 2020, we will have probably more than 20 billion machines that will be connected. So we want to be part, together with PLDT and all our partners here, be able to connect all these machines, make the world better, and at the same time, of course, make some profit for our companies.
Can you imagine? I can't imagine being in one room with these visionaries. I'm very honored to be in front of all of you and meeting you guys. And can you share to us, lastly, your current campaigns, perhaps? With GCX, current campaigns.
Current campaigns, okay. Well, as GCX now, we have launched a few new products. And now we are delivering to our enterprise customers in particular. So we've been, in the last year, working very hard on our SD-WAN solution. Is one of the themes that we probably discussed in other interviews here, to help our enterprise customer to benefit from this new technology that allow them over an internet connection to get very flexible and secure way of achieving connectivity for their, whether it's a store or a factory or an office in remote locations. But at the same time, we have done that with a view always at the importance of providing our enterprise customer with a robust network. So that's why we came up with this new idea of bringing a sort of a hybrid WAN to our enterprise customers, where we combine the benefits of a robust, resilient, and secure MPLS network with all the flexibility and the easy way of managing an SD-WAN, a software layer network. So this is one of the latest campaign that we had with our enterprise customer. We are doing POCs in Europe and in Asia as we speak. And on top of that, of course, we've been very eager to promote our new cable. So we're working on the Eagle cable and our cloud products.
Wow, very fast paced as we are approaching to the future, huh?
Yeah.
A lot of things are making it really fast now.
You need to be fast. I mean, technology is changing so rapidly, right? And I mean, some of the technology that today we find as really great, I mean, in 2 or 3 years' time could be completely different. I mean, look at Wi-Fi, right? We're all using Wi-Fi today, but already looking at technology like a private LTE that can actually replace Wi-Fi in a closed environment. So you have a plant, a manufacturing plant, and today you're using Wi-Fi in your manufacturing plant. You can just put an antenna, an LTE, a small LTE antenna. You can have a more secure and private environment, and then you don't need any more Wi-Fi, right? It's all changing so rapidly.
Yeah, and I can see how it's definitely transforming and continuously transforming with your innovations as well.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for sharing with us your insights
Very
and for
welcome.
being
Thanks
with us
to
on
you.
our show.
Thanks to you, Blinky.
A pleasure meeting you,
Nice to meet you.
Fabrizio.
Yeah, well,
Yes,
very
I got it
well.
right?
Well pronounced.
Yay!
Perfect.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Blinky. Thank you, everybody.
Up next, we have the Managing Director of PLDT US. Let's welcome Mr. Rich Ortega. Welcome to the Hot Joe Show, sir.
Thank you.
How's it going?
It's going well. I just got here.
Oh, well, fresh from the plane, huh? So this is of course, your first day, but it's not your
Yeah.
first time
No.
in ACC. And having said that, it's been 6 years, you said?
5-6 years. I lose
Now,
track, but
this
yeah.
time around,
Yeah.
of course, each and every year is different, right? So what do you
Sure.
look forward to the most this year's ACC?
I mean, this is important for us right now because right now we're going through a change to form more partnerships. So coming here, we're allowed to meet with some are competitors, some are collaborative partners. And that's good for us because as we grow, we can't do it without those collaborative elements like partnership with global telcos, regional telcos. But this is important because our next step at PLDT US is to grow our global capability. And again, we can't do that with partners like who we also compete with.
And
So
speaking of growth, you have been doing some great amount of efforts in terms of expansion, right?
sure.
The PLDT US have
Yep.
been doing magnifying your presence even more in the US and in Europe. What are the other countries that you plan to also expand on?
Well, right now we're developing the UK. We've had an office there in the past, but we are expanding that area to really hit the enterprise markets in London, but also Western Europe. We'll also look to other markets, and that'll come up later. But the UK is very important to us right now. We have a lot of enterprise business that comes to the Philippines from there, and we're going to expand that even more this next year.
And can you share to us a little bit about how you are addressing these plans of expansions?
We'll do it through partnerships, and we'll do it through having the effort directly when we have employees that are there. We'll work with PGC office in London, but what we're doing is a little bit different. We tried in the past to hire people directly in market, and we decided to go away from that strategy for the next year and work with partners that know the market, that are in the market, and can be agents for us.
And you've mentioned partners. You have had a collaborative effort to partner with different major global players, right? Can you tell us more about these partnerships?
Sure. Well, the first one's ZenLayer. That's one that was announced here in the Philippines. We're going to be using them domestically to do all sorts of things, but mostly SD-WAN technology. We're also wanting to do that with them across the globe. ZenLayer has multiple sites all over the world, and what that allows us to do, especially being out of the Philippines where we don't have a lot of domestic product, is that it allows us to sell more than just infrastructure or connectivity services back wherever we are, US, Canada, London, back to the Philippines. It allows us to source like a regular global service provider will source other cities, multiple cities, because companies are just not coming to the Philippines, obviously. They're going all over the world. So we want to be able to address that market, be relevant to those clients.
Yes, that's correct. And of
Yeah.
course, in terms of the ACC, of course, the objective is really about collaboration as well,
Sure.
right? And not about competition, correct?
Right.
So what are your thoughts about this?
Well, I think it's something that's gone on in the industry for years. I've been in the industry a very long time, and most global companies cannot address the global needs without partnering. You have to partner with those companies that sometimes are competitors to you locally, regionally, globally. So our strategy is to grow competitively by collaborating with some of our competitors and partners. Some directly compete with us, some don't directly compete with us, but they could. When we have a partnership, we have a symbiotic approach to the market. So a lot of our competitors in some markets, even in Asia, we're always collaborating. ACC is a great event because we have all of our partners and many of our competitors here that are trying to do business together.
Yeah, and you can
Yeah.
grow together as well.
Sure, yeah. It's the best way to address the market globally.
Yes, thank you so much,
Yeah.
Mr. Rich, for joining us
Yep.
today. And please enjoy the rest
Oh,
of
I
your
will.
day
Yes.
here in ACC. Thank you.
Thank you so much.